Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Thanks for hanging out with me here at the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama, where we talk about music, records, and we listen to records. And today I do have a live needle drop on a new album that I venture to say you probably haven't heard of. And again, I'm trying to, on this channel, not only do things like reissues and things like that are coming out, but also support new artists and their music. And so I spend a lot of time listening to a lot of different music. And when I run across something that catches my attention, then that's when I'll pull the trigger and buy the record. And that's what I did on this particular album here, which is a very interesting album by a guy named Kenneth Jimenez, I guess is how you pronounce his name. There's not a whole lot you can find about him. He is based in Brooklyn, and he is originally from Costa Rica. And this particular album here has 7 original compositions written by him, and you've got some very talented people on here. This is more of an avant-garde type of jazz record. It is worth repeated listening, but upon first listening, it caught my attention. And just because it's different, there's a lot of good playing on it. There's a lot of varied tempos and things going on. It can get from, maybe a avant-garde kind of almost into a free jazz type thing at times. It can get kind of out there. So people that are new to jazz, it might be a little difficult to get into at first, but it is worth sitting down and listening to and giving it a chance for sure. So this was released on November 17th, 2023. And I just got this in this week. I already opened it up and listened to it one time. But this sounds fantastic. I've been listening to it on streaming. That's how I listen to a lot of music first. And I really dug it. And I was sitting here one night and I just wanted to sit down and listen to it. So I played it, but I want to play it for you guys, talk a little bit about it, and give you guys a chance to listen to it. I do like the cardstock that this came in. Look how thick it is. It's a very nice, thick cardstock. And the pressing, we're going to listen to it here together, and you'll see how it sounds. It did come in a paper sleeve, which I always complain about that. But here we are with the Hudson Hi-Fi. I put it in, so that's why it's in this now. It did come just a regular paper sleeve. And here is the record. I'm going to clean it off here again, and we're going to have a listen. So I don't know about any of the people playing on this album, so it's all new to me. All the players are new to me. You've got Kenneth Jimenez on bass, very good player. Hery Paz on saxophone, Angelica Sanchez on piano, and Gerald Cleaver on drums. This was recorded by Michael Perez Cisneros at Big Orange Sheep in Brooklyn, New York, which is a studio in Brooklyn. Mixed and mastered by a guy named Evind Opsvik. And I'll tell you where it was pressed at as well. It has the information on the back of the jacket that tells you about the pressing, the lacquers and so forth. This is a pretty good sounding album. There's a tiny bit of surface noise here and there, but I'm gonna let you guys again listen to it and check it out for yourself. That's why I like doing these reviews like this, is that you guys can hear some of the music and get my reaction to it, and you'll actually get to hear how the actual record sounds. So there it is. Playing it on the RT85 Fluence with the Ortofon Blue through a Shitmoney preamp into my Yamaha HS8 speakers. And here we go. So this, again, is kind of far out at times, but the first tune, Dos Tazos, 7 minutes and 17 seconds, is a pretty kind of more of a straightforward type jazz tune, but they all are, again, kind of, I would say, more avant-garde. There's a lot of things going on, and they can get far out. is cut by JSA and Timmion Cutting in Helsinki. So I'll let you look at that. Again, for the most part, it's a pretty nice cut. Every once in a while I can hear a tiny, tiny bit of surface noise, but very little. So it's a pretty good pressing. As far as the mix goes, after having listened to it on streaming and then it's a nice clean recording. I would say really hear the cymbals on the drums very clear. Piano sounds nice. Having listened to so many records, I listen to so many that when I hear analog recordings or very well done digital recordings that are mixed well, I would say that this is clean. It's a good mix. I would say it doesn't have quite the depth that you'll hear on some of the other recordings. So it's not as warm sounding. It's not bad sounding, but it's not as warm sounding as a lot of the other ones that I've reviewed, especially the analog reissues and things like that. But even some of the digital ones sound a little bit more depth. I think that's what it lacks a little bit of. So I would say it sounds a little bit more flat, like a CD-like. It's not, terrible sounding, but just maybe not that quite as much resonance as you'll hear from some other recordings. But the music's fantastic. If you like this kind of jazz, saxophone sounds nice. I think some of that could be from how it's mixed. So when you're doing a stereo mix, you can place your instruments in the mix certain places where it gives it more depth. It gives you a sound stage that makes it sound wider and deeper. Here, it's like the saxophone's almost in the center. You hear the cymbals over here. The piano sounds like it's in the center. And the bass sounds like it's in the center. And the bass sounds like it's kind of back a little bit, so it's not punching through. So just my, criticism on these things. That's why I do these reviews. But it sounds decent, and again, the playing is unbelievable. These guys are very talented. The music is wonderful. I mean, listen to the bass playing here. And again, in these quiet places, every once in a while you can hear just a little tiny bit of noise every once in a while. Nothing that kills your listening experience. I do like these jackets this company does. This is done on the We Jazz label, We Jazz, and this is the only record that I've got from them. And I do like the jackets they're using on these. These are nice thick jackets, kind of like in the old days. So I do like that. I wish more companies would make the jackets like this. A lot of cool tempo changes and things. I'll go ahead and let some part of this song here play to give you a little idea of how it can kind of get out there a little more. This is one of those records that requires your attention to sit down, really listen to it. A lot of interesting things going on. So if you're looking for straight ahead jazz, this is definitely not straight ahead jazz. This is definitely, you know, more avant-garde and can get further out into kind of in some free jazz sounding things at times. But I really like it. And I think it's very unique. It's something that's, I think, very engaging listen. Very flat pressing. So what I'm going to do is bring this down. I'm going to flip the record over, put on a song on the other side to close out the video. Thank you for subscribing to these videos and helping promote this music. This channel here is almost 90% demonetized because I play these records for you guys. And I'm doing it to share the music with you guys. Hopefully it helps you determine whether or not you want to purchase the records. I try to do a lot of the reissues and things that are more popular, but I also try to do albums like this that are by people that they're not well known. And these, you know, no one would know about this record, I feel, you know, and by doing these videos, hopefully it gives these guys some more exposure, as small as this channel is. But that, I really like doing that. So it's up to you guys out there to help share the music with other people, because that's all it's really helping are the people that are making these records at the end of the day. For me, it's fun. I love music and I love to share it. So if you guys give thumbs up, it puts it out there. You subscribe, you share it with other people. That all helps get this kind of music out to more people. And if it's not your cup of tea, I certainly understand that, but maybe somebody else would enjoy it. That maybe someone who's into this kind of jazz would really dig it. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over the record. If you guys that didn't see my interview with Champion Fulton, who is a wonderful jazz pianist and vocalist, go check that out. It's a fantastic interview, almost an hour long. All right, so here is the first song on the other side of the record. Again, this is kind of more far out. Here you got flute by that Hery Paz, who plays the tenor saxophone on here, also plays flute. There's your lineup again. There's your tunes. again, all the information on the recording is down here. Again, it came with a paper sleeve, but this is a really nice thick jacket. The pressing's pretty decent. Again, you get a little noise here and there, nothing to really complain about. You know, if you're a stickler and it has to be completely nothing at all, you know, then you might be a little disappointed, because every just once in a while, at least on this pressing, I get just a little bit of noise in the quiet, really quiet places. Other than that, pretty good pressing. Coming up, I'm going to be opening this up. It's still sealed. I just got it in the mail yesterday. If you're into 1920s jazz, I think you're going to like the music on this. I certainly like the music. I hope it's going to be a decent pressing on the Turtle Bay Records label. This is coming up next, so stay tuned. It swings. I love it. As far as the music goes, I hope it's a good pressing. We'll see. Still got Art Pepper coming up. We got the Fusion, David Hellbach, Austrian Syndicates coming up. Kind of far out, but pretty cool. If you like Fusion, you're going to dig it. I'm going to review the Miles Davis, Volume 2 on the Blue Note. We're going to be listening to this together. So, a lot of things coming up. I also have coming up a comparison on the Black Hawk. I'm going to be comparing the Acoustic Sounds Blue Note box set against this pressing that I have here, this Riverside pressing. So we're going to be doing a comparison, live comparison, dropping the needle, talking, doing that on a review as well. So a lot of jazz. I am going to do my 3 top favorite AC/DC records. So that's going to be something a little unique, but I think it'd be kind of fun to do those. So a lot of great music. Kenneth Jimenez, I guess it would be how you pronounce his name, and fantastic sounding record, I think. As far as the music goes, you know, I think it's fantastic playing. As far as the mix goes, the actual sound of it, I think it lacks just a little bit of depth and warmth, just the way it was recorded and mixed. Again, it's a clean mix. It sounds, you hear everything. It's just not quite as warm as some of the recordings that I've been listening to. Pressing, pretty good, fairly quiet. Nothing, just a little bit here and there in the soft spots, you might hear a little bit. Other than that, it sounds very good. It's flat. So if you like this, give it a chance. Go out and listen to it. See if it's your cup of tea. If you like it, nice jacket. Worth having in your collection, I think. And definitely something, sit down and really listen to it. I appreciate you guys watching. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for more to come, and happy listening to all. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.